Okay, today I'm going to do a Tart tin ornament tutorial. We're going to use these pieces to make it. Um, I will have some kits available for sale while they last. In the kits, however, I took this it's a vintage lick and stick package seal of an angel, and I scanned it and I made copies of it on cardstock with my Cricut. So it's not as shiny because it's on cardstock. It's a little more matte. But still, the cuteness goes through, right? Okay, so the first step, and I will have this done for you already in the kit, is that you have to punch a hole so that you'll be able to put the hanger on it after you're done. So I always punch the hole first because you don't want to be doing that after you have all the stuff in here. You'll more likely mess it up then. So I try to go in here. I'm using my crocodile. It's pretty good at poking through metal. Okay, and then next, I had to use a different Tart tin on this one, and it's not as flat. I cut out these scalloped cardstock. It's on, I don't know if you can make it out, but there's some shimmer to that, like a little sparkle. It's textured, it's nice. But it doesn't quite lay flat in there. So what I've decided to do, and I'm going to include these buttons with the kits, but I'm going to put a button in the bottom to help hold this in there and hold it up. It'll give it a nice little elevation and some depth. I think it'll add something to it, hopefully. So I'm going to flip it so that the flat side is up, and I'll glue that in there. It's going to take a minute for it to dry. I'm going to put it around the outside of the circle. It'll kind of drip down into it, and then just lay it there, and then I'm going to let that dry for a minute. Okay, it's dry enough for us to move on. Normally I don't like when it overflows, but this is going to be underneath this, so it really doesn't matter. So we're going to set that in there. I kind of like the way the scallop almost matches, the scalloping in the Tart tin. So I'm going to put some glue here, and I think I'm going to add some here and see if that helps hold it in there a little bit better. Just a little bit, just in a circle around there. If it's not necessary, then it's fine too. Put it in there. And then we're going to let that dry. You'll want to pat it down in there. And you might even want to hold it a little bit while it's drying. Okay, and then next we're going to put the angel. So you want to kind of center her with the hole in the top. So remember that this is the top. That's where it's going to hang from. And, just center her wherever you want. I usually with this, I'll use my regular scrapbook glue, because sometimes when you use hot glue, it will kind of leave a bump on there. So just a little bit on there. Put her right about where you think it's the middle. And let her dry for a minute. Okay, now I'm going to use this little holly thing. This isn't vintage, but it's vintage inspired, and it's for cake or cupcake decorating. You just put it in the cupcake. But what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to add it here, and going to use the, the little slot in here to get the glue in there. This is plastic, so you might want to do the hot glue and let it kind of sit for a minute, depending on your hot glue gun. Mine is a high temp, and sometimes the high temp will melt the plastic. So I'm going to put it in there. I'm going to let it kind of cool down for just a second before I put the holly on there. This is, you won't really see this. This is the back part. I have this thing that helps me get edges, I actually might have let it sit a little too long. I'm going to start that over. I forgot to mention, and maybe it's because I took a week off, I forgot that hot glue on the metal seems to dry faster. It's some kind of weird thing. You would think that the metal becoming hot would make it longer for it to actually dry, but it takes less time. So I'm going to peel this off and I'm going to do it again. Okay, like I said before, I have this thing. I think it's made of silicone. I got it. It's Imagine. It's a scrapbook company. I don't even think it's a scrapbook company anymore. But it's nice because I can take off excess pieces of hot glue, and it's pretty easy to peel it off of the silicone and just throw it away. But it also helps in cases like this where you want to push it down. It makes it a little bit easier. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to also add some hot glue underneath where the leaves go so that it will kind of press it down more. Okay, so that kind of, see how that pushes the leaves down a little bit better so it's closer to the ornament. I mean, it's up to you how you want to do it. You can always clip this part off if you don't want to do it this way. You can clip it off. You don't want to clip it too short because that's what holds the berries in. But if you want to clip it off and then just glue it there, I figured this would be easier because this is such a, not very deep edge. So it's kind of hard to find where to put it. It's up to you, however you want to do it. And you can also put it whichever side you want. You can put it over here. I would maybe stay away from too close to where the hook's going to go in. We're probably going to put something right here because you can see when you punch the hole how it kind of takes away from the curve of that. So I usually put something here to camouflage that, which is why I brought these flowers and this little holly berry out. I'm going to decide in a minute how to do that. So let's think about that now. So this is how you put this in because this isn't going to, it's not going to be attached when you get it. You can either go up inside there and then it goes this way. So you see when you hang it on the tree, it would hang like that. But you can also, you kind of twist it. You can also go in from the top. Again, you kind of go in and you twist it. And this would do it this way. It would just hook it the other way. Okay? Again, your preference. So let's leave it here so we can decide what we're going to put there. See, this holly berry is going to be too wide. No matter which way we put it, it won't fit. So we're not going to use that. So we're going to put a little flower. So let me pull out a flower. I have to find ones that I have enough for the kits also. Okay, I'm going to use the little red one. I have enough for the kits. So what you want to do is you're going to want to clip. I don't know if you could see that. It's a little stem. Again, you probably don't want to clip too close because that's holding the little center of the flower in there. I'm going to take this out so that I can glue it. I'll find where I want it. Put a little bit of glue where that little bent part is. And add the flower so it's looking flat up. Okay, and I had these extra little holly berries, and I thought it might look kind of cute to just add it in here. Just kind of, like get lost one on the way. It's a different material. It's from the floral department. It's most likely styrofoam in there. So again, we're going to cut that off. If you have wire cutters, you can use those too. And just going to put some glue down here where I want it. You can decide where you want it. And just stick it in there. Okay, so there is the finished piece that you will make. And again, maybe you don't want that there. Maybe you want to put it over here on the opposite corner. That's what creating is all about. It's your own style. It's how you want it. So this is what will come in the kit. So it'll be a Tart tin that I'll poke the hole in. You'll get a little red flower. You'll get a cardstock scanned copy of a vintage angel sticker. You'll get the die cut little circle, scalloped circle in there. You'll get this little berry, and you'll get this holly berry piece. And you'll also get a tree hanger. So that's what you'll get. Now I'm going to pause. I'm going to go away and I'm going to play with some of my glitter and stuff and see if I want to add some more to this one. This is one that I'm going to put up for sale. So I'm going to just add some to it. But I'm going to show you so that you can see examples of what you can also do. Okay, here's what I did. I took some of this glitter and I added it everywhere all around. So I put Mod Podge in there, which is still wet, so that's why you might see a little bit of white in the background. It's okay if it gets in extra spots, like it just looks like it snowed on the flower, which is what I purposely did on the holly, is I wanted to make it look like the holly had been snowed on. Yeah, so that's what I did. See how sparkly that is? It's kind of iridescent glitter, so I really like that one. There it is. there's my finished product. So you can also add glitter. You don't have to add glitter. I just wanted to kind of have some fun with it. Okay, thanks for watching.